and gentlemen, boys and girls, hopefully your parents know you're watching this. Welcome to this week's episode of the Married2Stupid podcast. I am Jacob. This is Kristyn. We are Married2Stupid. Welcome back.
All right.
I'm trying to make myself as tall as you because you are always taller than me because you sit cross-legged and I slouch.
Should I slouch like you do?
No.
Also, you didn't adjust my mic very well.
That's because you weren't in your crack.
Okay, guys, listen.
So
our couch is a sectional. He insists that we have our own cracks to sit on, and I am literally in the middle of the crack. You are askew. You only have your leg on the crack. My crack is lined up with the crack.
That maybe your crack's wider than my crack.
Don't go there.
I don't even know, because when we started this, you can't. It's your camera's right in your face. That means it's going to see.
No, I never have it this far away. I prefer just to hold it, like a mic holder.
What was it? Never mind.
I know where you were going with that.
Never mind.
Because of who you are as a person.
Yeah. Well.
So
anyway,
it's been a few weeks.
It has. Welcome back.
We did intend to take a hiatus.
We didn't, but things came up.
Shit happened.
Yeah. So after selling a gaming lounge, one would think, "Oh wow, there's all this free time."
Mm-hmm.
No, it's apparently not it.
No.
Apparently, you become pseudo second parents to people.
We already covered that.
And then people get sick.
Yeah.
And then surgeries happen.
Not to us, but to extended family.
And now we are here.
We're here.
Finally.
Now,
it was just like yesterday.
Are we recording this at the 11th hour? Yes.
Yeah.
Jacob will be editing this, and he will have it out by noon tomorrow.
Noon-ish tomorrow.
So that probably means like 10 p.m.
Noonish.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. 10 o'clock somewhere.
Sure.
Somewhere.
But yeah, I mean, we're here. We're in good spirits, I would say. We just got done having hibachi.
Oh, so good. Does anybody else feel this where they physically get sad?
He kept talking about this very loudly
when they finish their food at hibachi.
Just hibachi. I have another question for chat.
Chat? Yeah, chat.
Hey, chat.
Hey, chat.
We
don't have chat. We're not live.
Anyway.
Comment chat.
Anyway. Is there anybody else in the world who waits until the hibachi chef is completely done serving up your food before you dive in? Because today at the table of 8, Jacob was the only one who didn't even taste a morsel of fried rice before everything was on his plate.
Yep.
Now,
that's how you properly eat.
I don't think
hibachi.
so, because the rice is really only good when it's hot.
Mine was still hot.
No, I think yours was lukewarm.
Nope, still hot.
No.
Yeah.
But and it's not really an issue per se because he eats Mach 5 once it is all on his plate. And then he eats the kids and it's a whole thing.
Yours.
Yeah. But he always insists that he has to wait until it's all on his plate.
Who goes to hibachi and doesn't finish their food? I don't understand. When I go to any restaurant,
it's so much food.
I finish my food.
Not
everywhere.
No, not every restaurant.
Where don't I?
I mean, you have had. Well, actually, shit.
where?
That's true.
In your compartment of memories, have I not finished my food?
It's never you. It's never you. It's everybody else. But then,
yeah,
you have this habit of picking at everybody else's plates, especially if there's like French fries.
Yeah.
Like if the kids have fries and you say, "Oh, I'm so stuffed."
Because they're there and no one else is eating
and
them.
That's what you're doing at hibachi today when our son was still eating his hibachi kids meal.
Okay.
And yours was all gone and you pick up some of his steak and you're just like.
Yes, but the thing was, we had already been there. Like I was done eating, you were done eating, Parker was done eating, and he was still on about the 4th piece.
He's a really, really slow eater.
Of steak.
He's a micro nibbler, I would say.
Yeah. Yes. So I think what happened was when we were in Italy and he had that incident where he overstuffed his mouth.
No, that wasn't it. It was
scares him.
That you got that giant ass tomahawk steak that
In
they
Italy.
kind of conned you into getting. Yes, but it was still cooking on the thing, and you gave him like a really like chewy piece.
Yeah.
It wasn't that he overfilled his mouth. It was that it was super chewy and got stuck in his throat.
Yeah.
I
Well-
know this because I ripped it out of his throat.
Well, yes, but
It was like fat.
Well, what I mean, my point is, he used to actually stick a piece in his mouth and eat it.
Mhm.
And I think since that point, he takes micro bites of
He's a micro
everything.
nibbler.
Like, and
Trauma
then,
does that to a
and
person.
then he'll come to you with the tiniest speck off of something and be like,
Did I eat enough?
"Did I eat enough? No, you, a fly ate more than you, literally."
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
But we're here. We're recording. I think we may. Is that pillow wet or is that just a shadow? That's a shadow.
it's a shadow.
Okay. I think we might start batch recording. I think that would take a lot.
Yeah. So the next couple of weeks, we're just gonna forewarn everybody, might be a little iffy.
Yeah.
Okay. For one, holiday coming up.
We don't have anything.
Not
planned
that
for
we have
Thanksgiving.
anything
No.
on holiday.
Normally,
but-
we leave the town. Leave town. Leave the town. Leave
Yeah.
town.
Normally we go to Chi-Town,
Chicago.
but we don't do that now. Because the world. And then, but after
We will be relocating temporarily
to Ohio. But
Cleveland. Just a family member having surgery. He's going to be
Mhm.
there for a bit. We're going with him.
Yes.
And so I'm not calling it home. I'm not calling Ohio home.
nobody calls Ohio home.
Well, the people we were with tonight call Ohio home.
Well,
Like-
are they
like-
really people though? Like, are they really people?
Yes, they're really people. But your friend, when he opened his wallet, he has an Ohio driver's license now.
Oh,
I know. It's like the biggest, like,
Next
slap in the face.
next thing he's gonna have like a Buckeye credit card.
or like
Oh,
his
Jesus.
license plates on his vehicle. When those get changed, it's just like
Wait, are
one-
they still not changed?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
I guess I didn't look.
Yeah,
He has to. Why would you have a
there's
Ohio?
people all the time who still have their original state plates for quite some time. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I've never moved to another state.
It's true. We've never moved to another state.
Anyway, we got an action-packed agenda for this podcast. So, should we?
Is it the same agenda you just shared with me 2 minutes before we started?
I didn't share any agenda with you.
There was a one item agenda.
No.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't. What were you talking about? Where you
What-
said
what
you
are
had
you-
one item. Never mind.
No. Anyway, just roll the jingle
Yeah,
for
the jingle.
Kristen's questions.
Kristyn's questions
No, just
with a
let,
KY.
no, just let the jingle. Okay.
Now it's time to sit back and relax and get ready for this randomness with Kristyn's questions with a K.
All right. So, for Kristen's questions,
Yes.
we got a real knee slapper. Actually, it's not a knee slapper at all because it's not like funny, but it's a fun question. So, what it is? What's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done, and would you do it again?
The most spontaneous thing we've ever done. I've ever done.
Yeah.
Well, it was an us thing. We at the drop of a hat decided to go to Mac
That was my answer.
because we're not really spontaneous. We literally had the same answer. We don't.
And the
We-
pathetic part about that
We
is it was
plan
before
things.
any kids.
We plan things.
This was before we adopted Jake. This was like so many dogs ago
Yeah.
because we took the dogs with us.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember it distinctly because we were in Wendy's drive-thru. It was like a Friday after work. It was, I think, Labor Day, Memorial Day weekend.
Okay. Yeah, I can't remember which.
It was one of them. And we were just kind of like, kind of sucks that we don't have any plans.
Actually, I think it may have been Labor Day because I think we saw
think so,
Josh
too.
when we were up there and his family.
Probably.
I think we did. And they go up there every year except last year and maybe the year before.
Anyway,
Anyway.
this podcast isn't about Josh and his family. So anyway, we're like just
Damn
kind of like
Ohioers.
blah, like we don't have any plans, like which we did. And then one of us was just like, "Hey, you want to go to Mackinac?" And then we got our Wendy's that we had ordered, and we went home. You said you had to pay the bills first. because we're super spontaneous like that.
Yeah, you got to do the responsible thing, you know.
We found like one of the last hotel rooms that allowed dogs, and it's actually ended up being a really nice hotel room.
Yeah, it had like a little. It wasn't like a cat. It was kind of right.
It was like a little townhouse.
Yeah, a little like yeah.
So our dogs go out on the deck in the back and just
poop there.
No, they did not poop there. They sunned themselves. We walked them to poop. But yeah, that was. Damn it! Why'd you take mine? I always tell you
what's okay. So what's your number 2?
I just made this agenda.
We don't have a number 2. Neither of us. I mean, Josh and I went at one point. I like called him when I wasn't going to work on a third shift and was like, "Hey, do you want to go to Soaring Eagle Casino, go gambling?" When we were like 19 or no, I guess we were like 20, 21.
Wow.
He was still underage, which is why we had to go up there.
Because Soaring Eagle.
Because you could be, what, 18 or 19?
Yeah.
So he was still not 21. And that's why we went up there. I mean, those are literally the spontaneous. It's not like we've ever like, hey, let's go to the airport and see the first flight out. Like we've never. If
you were to be just.
Mm-hmm.
That idea gives me so much fear because like you go there, you don't know if you need a passport. You don't know what the cost is going to be.
I mean, you make a rule that it has to be like a domestic flight, not a.
You still don't know what the cost is going to be. And then I feel like when you do things like that, you get flagged. Like who goes to the airport and just goes to the next place?
Goes to like Omaha, Nebraska. Like,
right.
Who does that?
Like to me, that puts you on a special list.
It might.
I don't desire to be on that list.
You might though.
But there is that YouTuber guy, that Chris guy that we watched for a while, where he would do things like that.
Oh, where he'd ask the taxi driver like, "Hey, where should
I go? And
where do we have to, or where are we going?" He'd give him an option of like 4 different places or something.
Well, but there was one where he's like in the ticket area and he sees a flight attendant and he's like, "Hey, what flight are you working?" And she said it, and then he bought tickets to that one.
Oh,
yeah, he did some cool stuff.
Yeah, I can't do that one. I got a wife.
It wasn't that he was going with her.
I mean,
it wasn't.
Maybe he was hitting on her.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I guess we're just not spontaneous, but that was definitely, and this wasn't spontaneous too, but another thing that I talk about having enjoyed a lot was when we went to Traverse City on Christmas evening when our youngest was like 6 months old, 7 months old. And on the way up there, it had snowed and we got in a mini
car wreck.
Yeah. With the dog.
It was rear-ended. It wasn't
and it wasn't even that bad. But then our dog was also in the back. We took him and
you freaked out on this lady. Like we slid, like there was a car in front of us. We hit the brakes and slid. And she was behind us and slid, and it was a bear tap.
No.
And you like get out of the door. I've got my fucking kids in the car.
No,
the poor lady. She's just sitting there like letting you do it, And then I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And
I may have done that.
I understand.
But what I remember is it happened where it's like a fender bender kind of, but the dog's in the back. And I hop out of the car because I want to make sure the dog's okay. He was an elderly dog. This jackass backs up while I'm at the back of the car trying to open the trunk to see if and I'm like banging on the thing because it's slippery and he's backing into me.
No shit, it's slippery. A car saying it cuts ice.
Why did you back into me? I told you I'm checking on the dog.
So here's the thing.
Well, no, I want to continue talking about why I liked it. So we get to Traverse City. And in our head, we were like, there's got to be at least a restaurant open, something. There was nothing, absolutely freaking nothing. So we got snacks from the gas station and went back to the hotel room and just ate I think we got like a slice of pizza, maybe a corn dog, like a bag of chips, like just ran, because there was a lot of people in that gas station. It wasn't just us in that situation. But that whole trip was just so relaxing. Really nice.
Minus the pool. The pool was not good.
our daughter just took a shower and now fire alarm is chirping.
Mm.
Yeah, the pool wasn't good. Our dog did piss all over the floor because he was really old.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I remember the pool was the most unsatisfying thing because it was.
Wasn't there a turd in it?
It was like a turd or something in it.
Mm-hmm.
But like the first day we went on, and that was like towards the end. One of the first days we went into it, the liner was coming up in one side. So when you stepped on it, it was like a bubble that would just like move around. And I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah. But it was a fun trip. We did some day after Christmas shopping. That was the year. I don't know if you can pan over to our Christmas village in front of us.
No.
That was the year Jacob and I have a tradition since we got married that every year we buy another piece to our Christmas village. It's the Lemix collection.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were always doing it the day after Christmas because it's 50% off after Christmas. But in recent years, we've had a lot of difficulty finding good ones that don't like repeat. Like I think we have 4 police stations up there. I'm looking at it right now. Because we've this year got a dedicated shelf for the Christmas village. But that year we could not find one anywhere. And so we were like, is this where the tradition ends? And I was kind of bummed about it. And you were like, it's gonna be fine. Like there's other things. I shit you not. We went to a yard sale in the spring and there was a Christmas village piece in the free box, the exact same collection that we have. So we have a lot up there. We bought 2 this year. We've decided to buy it earlier this year so we could have more variety. And there was one that was called Kristyn's Candle Shop. So
that was the extra one. Yeah.
We got that as an extra, but there's how many? We've been married for how long?
Oh man, there's
07.
There's 12 slots there.
But
So we've got that,
top.
and then we've got 6 on the
13,
top.
14, 15, 16, 17.
Yeah.
Wow.
But maybe 5 on the top. Maybe that one's really
So
that
we
one's
bought
really
a
big.
dedicated shelf this year.
And we're gonna need another shelf.
We're gonna have to get another one next year because we kept finding more and more. I was like, oh, you forgot this one. And then we open up another tote and we're like, oh, here's 2 more. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is when we croak, our kids aren't going to do anything with us.
Maybe when they move out, we'll give each of them half, and then we'll start like a new one.
Because we went to a new one. We went to that estate sale from that person that passed away, one of the neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
Their whole collection was there.
Yeah. They had a lot.
Their kids didn't care. But also, they had like a whole Halloween one. There's a Halloween version of it. Like, they had a lot. And but they took a lot better care of it than we do.
Oh, yeah. Like any of the little like things that come out, like poke out, or the lights.
Broken off.
Those are all broken off. Those things,
yeah,
those don't exist anymore.
No. But maybe your kids will be sentimental and they'll be like, I remember putting these out every year.
Yeah, and all the broken pieces and how we never turned the lights on or made them, the merry-go-rounds go around or
that
anything.
would require so many batteries and light bulbs. And
yeah, we don't do all that.
We do have little like Christmas lights in the background now, but not stuck up in the houses.
We want something we can just like set and forget. We don't want
to be turning things on and off every time we go to sleep.
I complain every 6 months when I have to change the fire alarm batteries.
You don't. We have electric.
Exactly. So, I don't want to do this. So we just set it and leave it. It looks great.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on.
Yeah, let's.
To hot takes or hot cakes.
Hot takes or
No, again.
Cakes. I can't speak. Roll the real footage.
It's not footage. It's a
real jingle.
Hot takes or hot cakes, it's all up to you.
Have we ever told the story of why we call McDonald's dicks?
I don't think we have, and it's embarrassing.
So let's tell it. So, because I was just telling somebody the story the other day, and what you just did, it's
just like that.
Yeah. So when we first started dating, we were a couple months in probably,
mm-hmm.
and I was over at his house, And I remember exactly where you're standing too. You were standing against the back of your dad's sectional couch. And I said, so what should we have for dinner? And you go, I want dicks. And I didn't know if that was your way of breaking news to me. Like, I'm actually not into this relationship. Like, I'm gay.
Oh, fudge.
But then you immediately realized that you said the wrong thing. So now McDonald's is always dicks. But now you just said hot cocks?
It's my brain and my mouth are not on the same, like, wave.
All right.
It's like dyslexia.
So we have a hot take this week. We do not have hot cocks, unfortunately.
Why are cakes? But I got caught up. Keep going. Just go. Just move on.
The hot cocks of this week.
Okay. Hot cocks. Here we go.
I am so lucky. So lucky. All right.
Yeah.
Well, this is timely too. Is the concept of cancel culture holding people accountable or stifling free expression? So, do you think if they were to cancel you over your hot cocks comment,
for one,
would that be a valid reason, or would that be stifling your creativity?
I don't know.
Your free speech.
For one, I don't know if you could cancel me over that because I wasn't directing it at anybody.
He's just an idiot in general.
Because it just happens.
Because he's a fucking moron. Who can't talk.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, cancel culture.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's making things worse.
I would agree to that.
I think that I don't think it's preventing people from being creative, but I think it's preventing people from, like, vocalizing it. Like comedians, like, it didn't, like, stop comedians from making gay jokes. That didn't happen. It just,
but comedy is not the same.
They don't just say, but they don't say it. Yeah, it's not the same because it's preventing them from saying it. But that doesn't mean that they aren't creative enough to do that. I don't know. I don't know. Hot cocks.
Yeah. Yeah, that really messed with you.
Yeah, I just,
Now you just have hot cocks on the brain.
I just can't stop thinking of them. Okay.
Okay, so here's my
What's your take on this?
Here's my opinion. Cancel culture has gotten so bad that they are canceling people for not saying anything. So, like, creators who don't come out and say, like, who they're endorsing for president, or like that this was wrong or this is wrong or whatever, they're also getting canceled. And this woman that I follow on Instagram, she was telling her version of events as it pertained to, she had a baby who died in utero, and basically she still had to deliver her and everything like that. And then her second baby, they basically had told her, like, we need to just abort this baby because it's not going to survive. This is in Utah. And she was just giving her version of events on how she did have the choice of what to do. They didn't say, you can't do this, you can't do that. She got shit on so bad for just sharing what happened in her 2 pregnancies that she then came back and did an apology video for not taking everybody else's experiences into consideration in her Instagram stories. Because people were like, I have never clicked the unfollow button so fast, and on and on and on. And it just sucks because people go to social media and like Pinterest and TikTok to learn more stuff. Like when I was pregnant, not necessarily social media, but like message boards and all of that, just to get other people's experiences with things. Like I had rough pregnancies. And so like, I wanted to see, is there an end in sight to all this puking? Like, all of that, or like the different pains and stuff I felt. And knowing that people out there are censoring their own experiences in order not to offend and get canceled.
With that though, I think that it kind of speaks to the person as well who's doing it. Like not the person who's canceling, but the person who now feels that they have to apologize. Because there's been enough people out there too that I've seen that they don't care about cancel culture, so they don't change anything. Like they don't. If you unfollow me, you unfollow me. If you don't want to watch me anymore, don't watch me. I don't care. You know, the two people that I think of the most are
Nick Merckx.
Nick Merckx is one who's just like,
big gamer.
I don't care. Whatever. It's not going to hurt me. You do you. This is how I feel. I don't hate anybody, but this is me and this is how I am. And the other one is Matt Rife.
Oh, yeah.
Where
true.
he's just like, don't care. There was no intent behind what I was doing.
Yeah.
It was a joke, and there was intent was a joke to be funny. Nothing against the population that was the subject of the joke. And he basically made fun of people who
when he
got upset.
did that interview, and like he's actually quite intelligent in how, I mean, you have to be in order to have
Be
those
witty like that.
comebacks. Like you just have to be. But during that interview, he's just so well spoken. You can just tell that he really puts thought into what he does. It's not like really willy-nilly his written stuff that he does. But I mean, he was even correcting the interviewer on his intent behind something. I don't know. Just the interview, I don't think I watched all of it, but the parts that I did.
You talking about the one with Jordan
Peterson?
Yeah, Jordan Peterson.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the one that
Where they were afterwards, or at the very beginning, he's like, so you did something offensive and you thought coming on my show was going to help you.
Yeah.
Which was funny.
Yeah, I think though too that creators, when they're first starting to earn all this money, they like quit their 9 to 5 and all that. Like there's fear of getting canceled because that's a dip or complete like getting rid of all of their income that they've worked up.
Yeah, the thing is though, and I think a lot of people need to realize is those are like the extreme sides. Like it's the extreme reactions. That is not the majority of people. Like you're not going to lose 50% of your viewer base by saying something that's you're going to lose 5%. Like the far on either side, right? The one that really got offended. So
yeah, because think of these, like Chris Brown, the musician, horrible person, has done horrible things. He's not hurting for money though.
Yeah,
like,
but the problem is the people that 5%, they speak the loudest. So everybody thinks that it's like way worse than it really is. Yeah, most people don't care. Don't give in to people.
All right,
that's
can
what
we
I say.
like seamlessly go into the next one?
You don't like hot cocks?
No.
Well, shit. What's the next topic?
What would you do?
What would you do? I can't screw that one up. What would you do? Jing the ringle.
Areas to ponder, choices to weigh. In what would you do? Will lighten your day.
Did you do that on purpose?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I was gonna say you couldn't be that stupid 2 times in a row.
No, there's a buffer.
This one is probably speaking in the same tone as the spontaneity thing. I'm pretty sure. Spontaneity?
Spontaneity.
No.
I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure I already know your answer because I know my answer, and I think your answer is going to be the same as my answer. But here we go.
Yes.
If your partner forgot your anniversary, but you knew they had been under a lot of stress lately, would you bring it up or let it slide? Why? Considering I can never actually...
No. So, how about you answer this first?
I was trying, and then you said no,
I thought you were. I thought you had like a little snippet first. Okay, go ahead.
No. I can never remember what day we got married. There is a little placard that somebody made us that has our anniversary on it. And I often have to reference it. But then also Jacob taught me this trick once because we were married December 13th, 2007. So the 1 plus the 2 plus the 1 plus the 3 equals 7. And I have to do that in my head all the time to remember that we were married on December 13th, 2007. So most times on our anniversary, it gets to be about mid-afternoon. And one of us realizes what date it is. And we're like, oh shit, happy anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a different answer or?
I would let it slide. I would more hold it against you to make fun of you.
Yeah. Also, though, something to point out is that that period of time is not normally a great one for me mental health wise, because my mom died at the beginning of December and what have you. So it just kind of goes par for the course. Like sometimes it's just survival mode around that time.
For me.
But something cool, though, is that we did find out that we were expecting our little baby girl on our anniversary one year.
Yes.
So that was your gift that year. Like literally, I put the piss stick in a box and gave it to you.
Yeah, and wasn't that like, was that the one we had like a delay? We were going like a delayed date or something, and we were going to get like massages.
Oh, yes.
And then you couldn't get a massage.
Yes, they said they wouldn't recommend, and I needed a massage so bad.
I got one.
Now that I think, you should have like, actually, you didn't even know. You didn't know that I couldn't because we went in separate rooms at the like same time. So.
That wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
And I've given you spa days since then.
Yeah.
So I don't know what.
I'm not complaining.
That's because you caught yourself.
I started to, and then I realized that I didn't have any grounds to complain.
Exactly.
Any hoodle. Yeah. So if you forgot our anniversary, I'd probably make some comment.
Yeah.
Just like you would, but
you would be more.
I'd be more likely to forget it.
Yeah, but you'd be more serious about the comment than me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
to me, it's just another day.
I hate when you say that. I freaking hate when you say that. You say that about birthdays. And I think it's just because your dad said that. Because it's stupid. It's freaking stupid.
My dad is dead.
My mom is dead.
I didn't call her stupid.
Okay, sorry.
She
anyway,
jerk face.
That's just his go-to. Like, it's just another day. No, it's not. It's actually an anniversary of the day that you were born. So it marks another year of you being older, which means you survived another fucking year. And it's actually not just another day. Just like Christmas Day is not just another day, because we celebrate our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Why are you laughing about our Lord and Savior?
Because that was the same look the damn Schitt's Creek daughter has on her face.
Anyway.
Anyway.
I hate when you say that.
Noted.
Okay. So I think that's...
Don't know if it'll matter, but noted.
Where we are, and we have one more segment.
Oh, shit.
Are you the asshole?
Are you the asshole?
No, are you the asshole?
Are you the asshole?
Who is the asshole?
Okay. So this one was, my tailbone. And you make me sit in this crack, and there's no cushion for the tailbone. Your legs. I need more space.
I offered to move down on the couch and sit
didn't.
not in the corner, but you were like, I like the corner.
I want to be in the corner.
Then how will that make it look even?
It doesn't need to be even. Maybe we need to get like... No, I don't want you to go out and spend more money for a project.
What do we need?
No.
What do we need?
No. Anyway, so am I the asshole for refusing to share a table in a crowded coffee shop with another patron because she smelled bad? This was the first one in the Am I the Asshole Reddit, but it also reminded me of that stupid game that you've been playing where you blast people who smell bad with deodorant when they walk in.
Oh, my card simulator?
Card shop simulator.
Oh, it's such a good game.
Yeah. Anyway, so it kind of reminded me of that. All right,
Well,
so
don't smell in public.
I, a 22-year-old female,
Mhm.
was studying at a popular coffee shop in my town yesterday afternoon. It was crowded, but I was lucky enough to get a 2-person table with an outlet. I stayed there for maybe 3 hours and ordered multiple items throughout my stay. About an hour into my stay, a girl about my age who reeked of weed asked if she could share my table so she could study as well. I looked around and every other chair was occupied, and there were even people standing beside the tables. I absolutely despise the smell of weed. It's legal in my state, so there's no issues there, but it makes me nauseous and gives me a headache. So I knew there was no way I would get anything done with that girl across from me. Without mentioning her smell, I told her no and that I needed my personal space. Instead of walking away, she pressed and said that if I wanted my personal space, I shouldn't study in the most popular coffee shop in town. I then told her that I specifically didn't want her at my table because she smelled like a marijuana farm, and she should take a shower before she tries to infringe on strangers' personal space. I thought she would go away after that, but she told me she was sitting at my table whether I liked it or not. She put her things down, maybe thinking I would leave. Instead, I flagged down an employee and explained the situation. She sided with me and asked the girl to leave, threatening to call security if she didn't do so. I resumed my work, but felt a bit shaken by the situation. Later that evening, I recalled what happened to some of my friends. I thought that they would all agree that she was being an asshole, but to my surprise, a couple of my friends told me I was the unreasonable one. One of them is familiar with the coffee shop and told me that it was rude of me to hog a table, even though I bought 2 drinks and a pastry throughout my stay, and that if I really had a problem with someone smelling bad, I should have just left. Another one of my friends said that my comment about how that person smelled was out of line, and even if someone is being rude, I shouldn't talk like that to a stranger. This sparked a huge debate until I agreed to post on the sub to settle this once and for all. So, am I the asshole in this situation?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm a good person to answer this because I hate everything marijuana. I
Mhm.
hate it. I hate that it's legal. I hate that I can't walk anywhere without smelling it. I hate when I'm at a store and there's a mom and her children and the mom reeks of marijuana, so she's obviously under the influence in some capacity and driving her kids around and caretaking for her kids. I hate marijuana. So I can't be, what's the word?
Unbiased.
I can't, well, yeah, that's not the one I was thinking, but I can't be unbiased in this because I hate marijuana. I hate it. I've seen what it does to people, and I'm not here to debate that. I've seen it. So sometimes when you're around somebody that smells so strongly of marijuana, I swear I can feel it in my lungs. Like it burns my nose. Like, I don't know if they're like bathing in it or something, but it is so strong sometimes.
Probably were just doing it in the car.
Like hotboxing themselves.
Probably.
But even today at the trampoline park, this dad comes to pick up his kids and he reeked of marijuana. That's our kid.
If you can even hear it.
He is not under the influence of marijuana.
But he's trying to sound like a cat, apparently.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I absolutely have. I mean, I made the joke, was it last night? When every single time we walk by somebody in the Dollar General or Dollar Tree, whatever it was, we're like, man, this smells great. What do you think?
I always think of the episode of Big Bang Theory where Sheldon is in the presence of somebody who had been smoking marijuana. And he's like, oh, my uncle used to wear that same cologne.
It's just like, I don't know if I have the same hatred as you towards it, but you should only do it in a private setting. When you go out in public, you should not smell like pot. You shouldn't do it in the car, any of that stuff. And I hate the fact that I can walk down the street and pass somebody and smell it. I think that's ridiculous. And
yeah, same with cigarette smoke though too.
Yeah, same thing. And she pressed her on it. Like, she couldn't just accept no. And so she told her, I don't want to sit next to you, or I don't want you here because you smell like pot. So deal with it, lady. not everybody's going to agree with you.
And it's
So,
not like she went and she got a free cup of water, and she sat there studying for 3 hours. She bought several different items, so justifying her time there. And I'm sure, like, had some older lady or something come by, she would have let her have a seat if need be. But this was a special.
well, it sounds like it was because of
case.
pot.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll take a play out of my game and I'll start carrying around a spray bottle.
Please don't.
That'd be hilarious.
Um.
Also very rude, but
yeah.
hilarious.
I do have strong opinions, and it's not just surrounding marijuana. I feel like, if you run the risk of like damaging other people's lives, then it's not about you anymore. So, like, this girl who comes to the coffee shop, how'd she get there? Did she drive herself there? Because if she reeks that much of pot, then she's under the influence. Like, you can't say otherwise.
Oh,
People will try, and they'll do the whole, it's legal. Yeah, okay, it is. But it's not legal to get in your car and drive that way.
That's the thing that people don't understand. They're like, it's not hurting anybody.
It is, though.
You're taking my right away.
Mhm.
And that's not how this whole world or government is set up. You have your rights that cannot infringe on mine. So you may not be doing anything to harm me, but
Well, no.
if it's taking those rights away, or
So what rights are you talking about?
I have the right to breathe fresh air.
That, yeah.
So-
I'm talking about yes, you're never 100% safe on the road in a car.
Well, yes, that's the other. You're taking those things away.
There's no difference between a person who reeks of marijuana like that and somebody who has consumed several beers or alcoholic drinks.
Mhm.
There's no difference. And marijuana stays in your system longer. So it always gets me when parents who they call themselves like cannabis moms, and they come to their kids like gymnastics class, the mommy and me class, and they reek of marijuana. Like, that shit pisses me off.
Mhm.
It's completely outlined in the laws that is illegal. You're putting your kid in harm's risk, not only like driving with them like that, but you're not 100% mentally sharp under the influence, and you are the primary caretaker for your child who depends on you in moments.
And even
of emergency.
even if someone's going to make the argument that you are sharp, that you're not like not able to think of things, that's fine, but you don't make those decisions as quickly.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. So, like, if your kid eats a gummy or something they're not supposed to, and your response rate is lessened because you're high, like, your kid could die while you're trying to formulate a plan to rectify the situation. I could go on all day. It's safe to say I have opinions on this.
Yeah.
So I do not think she was the asshole. It was obviously a very crowded coffee shop. She said people were like standing by the tables and all that. Coffee shops are known for being places to work. That's what people recommend, that you find a coffee shop to work in or study in or whatever. So she wasn't doing anything wrong. Like, it's not like it's reserved for somebody who's eating their pastry and drinking their coffee and then getting out. So, no, I think it's clear. I don't think she was the asshole.
She wasn't.
All right. Well, now,
TLDR?
TLDR.
TLDR.
TLDR is a way to be short and snappy, so carefree. In a hurry, don't need to stress. With TLDR, you'll feel your best.
So, what did we cover today? Oh, we covered our absence, our prolonged absence.
Yeah, we've been gone, and we might be gone again.
Yeah.
You know, this time we're warning.
We're,
Like,
yeah.
Forewarning.
But we also are likely to start batch recording.
Yes. We should
Not
probably do that.
tonight.
No, it's
Not
late.
tonight. Because we are recording this in the 11th hour.
Also known at 9 p.m.
Yeah, it's currently 9:07 on a Sunday night. And we started out this season 2 by saying that they would be out by noon on Mondays. And you've been pushing the envelope since week 1. So this will be out sometime Monday.
Yeah, I mean, the issue is
No, I don't care about the issue. So anyway,
Okay.
moving on. What did we discuss next? Hibachi. We talked about hibachi
so
and
good.
whether it's acceptable to eat it as they put it on the plate, or if you need to wait until they put everything on your plate. Because Jacob was one of 8 people today who waited for everything to be on his plate before dousing it in yum yum.
only one of 8 people. When you
Yeah.
said one of 8 people, that kind of like I was one of many. I wasn't. I was the only one that
That's the
waited.
only one out of 8 people.
Yeah.
So then we moved on to spontaneity.
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 What's the difference between those?
Spontaneity is not a word. There's no difference. There's just, it's not a word.
Disagree. I'm pretty sure it's a word. Hot cocks, guys.
Siri, what is spontaneity? Yeah, it just goes to spontaneity.
Maybe it's just pronounced spontaneity.
No.
Yeah.
I don't trust you in how to pronounce anything.
I don't know why.
Anything. So we spoke on spontaneity and how we don't have it apparently
Spontaneity.
because our answers were the exact same scenario.
Also because we don't do that.
And it was from well over, probably pushing 2 decades.
Yeah, I mean, our first dog wasn't dead.
Yeah. Okay.
Nunky went with us.
Yeah. Duncan.
Nunk.
And then we talked about hot cocks.
Mhm.
Cancel culture.
Hot cocks and dicks, you know?
Cancel culture.
Cancel culture all in one. Just wrapped it all up in a bow.
And then what would you do about forgetting anniversaries, which really not an issue.
Yeah.
And
I don't forget.
then we wrapped it up with, is he the asshole?
And I would have been.
No, we said that she wasn't the asshole.
I wouldn't have been.
And now here we are.
Here we are.
My tailbone hurts from
In the
having
crack.
my crack on the crack. And
Maybe next time she'll listen to me and we can just do it in the middle of the couch and not
do it.
and
No.
not in the corner of the couch.
We will no.
There's not as much room in the corner of the couch.
I think we should have the camera like broader and I can be on one end and you on the other.
No.
Okay. Anyway, we'll see you when we see you.
Later,
Peace out, Girl
everybody.
Scout.